Hey guys, Grassman here, and I am playing the best game in all of existence. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is the best game ever. It's just loading right now. This may take a minute or two. It's a very complex game, but until then we're just going to talk a bit. So, what can I talk about? My blue tang died. So, we're not exactly sure from what, but there was like some mysterious illness or something that just killed it like 3 days ago. Like, it died yesterday, and it was like 3 days ago probably, or 2 days ago we started noticing it. It looks like it might have been like head and lateral line disease or something, which is like fairly common. His fins were damaged, but it kind of just sucks. We lost the flame fin like a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago. So now in our small tank, all there is a yellow tang and 2 clownfish. We're also not sure where the second dragonette is. The first one died, or it might have been the second one died. The first one's alive, but the first one's missing now. So it may very well just be 2 clownfish and a yellow tang in there now. It's too bad that everyone else has like passed away. The corals have all died. The tank's not doing very well overall. Cleaner shrimp all died in molts like a year ago. And just because of COVID, we haven't been able to go out and get more. I was like listening to people on the radio call in about like what they hope like kids will be able to like go back to school and have normal lives. Like, but the other thing is like it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm a kid. I don't really care. I mean, my age is undisclosed, but I don't care. I did school perfectly fine. Like, I understand I'm probably more mature than a normal kid, but, I don't see why kids need to be at school. Like, as long as you're learning, just do homeschool or something. I also don't see what the problem with making a vaccine mandatory is. Like, if it's proven by science, that's the exception. If it's proven by science, you don't want to give the government too much power. Give them a little bit of power, don't give them too much. But if it's proven by science to be absolutely fine, I don't see the problem with, like, mandating a vaccine. They've mandated other vaccines. Even the Army is now mandating a COVID vaccine. Like, for certain things I understand. Like, there has to be exceptions. Autoimmune diseases, if you've had, like, allergic reactions to previous ones, immunocompromised people, that kind of stuff. Because there are people who can't actually take a vaccine. But half the US population is not like that. Half the US population is just a bunch of idiots. And the other half's not much smarter when we're talking about the US. But, like, it's just a COVID shot. Like, I understand that some people are scared, but in this day and age, it's not like these aren't the black people give them syphilis on purpose to see what happens. Ooh, reasons. It's the modern days. That was like 50 years ago at least. Saying that out loud is not actually that reassuring. I mean, what's the worst thing that ever happened from a vaccine? The Philippines, the hundreds of thousands of people died because actually, I don't know how many people. There was a vaccine issue in the Philippines from a Russia vaccine a while back. I'm not sure like when that was or how bad it actually was, if people died or not, but it was a bit of a problem, which is why they do need proper scientific like research. But that's the thing about the COVID vaccine. It had proper scientific research. It was a global plague. Everyone invested in it, and there's tons of different vaccines. There's 4 in North America alone. China had one that's only like 50% effective, but everyone in China got it, which immediately made half their population immune. Or almost immune. There's another one in like Russia that's doing really well. Like, there's other vaccines all over the world. There's tons of them by now. Imagine if we put, like, this much time and effort into cancer or something. Yeah. I haven't... So, as for the computer thing, I didn't mean to, like, play a computer game today. I've actually set Roller Coaster Tycoon up on the computer, so we're gonna play Roller Coaster Tycoon soon. Problem is, it's a lot harder to do a computer video than it is a normal one. And like with the OBS, I can't pause it as easily, so I have to make sure I can actually have a time where I'm not going to get interrupted, because then I can't just like tap pause and then come back. So it's a lot easier with this recorder. I actually prefer this one to OBS. OBS has a much better quality. I also noticed that last one that the sound was way too high, so I'm going to make sure to turn the sound down this time. I'll probably set it around 2, and I'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll bump it up like 3 or 4, depending how the sound goes, because I have to mess around and find a good volume. I found for my phone, usually having it on 1 notch is good. Sometimes 0 if it's a really loud game. But usually one notch. I think there was one game I had it on like 2 or 3 notches, because it was just so painfully quiet, you couldn't hear it on 1. And then sometimes I like to turn it up so I can actually hear things when I'm not talking, because I can't hear the game. When I have it on 1 notch, I can barely hear it, if at all. You guys can actually hear it quite well. But yeah, so we will be playing Roller Coaster Tycoon soon. It just takes a little more time to like do one of those things. But I will find some time at some point where I can have a half hour or maybe longer. That's the other thing with the computer. I can record for a lot longer. I could probably record for an hour, hour and a half at a time. I could upload an hour and a half of me playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm gonna play Age of Empires at some point. That's gonna be really fun. Age of Empires, I can record like an Age of Empires game can take like a long time to complete. I could like upload hour and a half of Age of Empires. Like, the other thing I want to do is I want to figure out how to like make something a window, because I want easy access to OBS so I can just pause it. Like, honestly, it'd be amazing if I could just like, get just a pause button, just a single button for OBS. So I can just like put in the top whatever of my screen. Like, while I'm playing Age of Empires, just put it on the top left of the screen, slightly under the pause button or the menu button for Age of Empires, and I can just hit that button or something. Just a portable pause button. That's all I want. I don't want a stop recording button. I only want a portable pause button. Just something I can put on top of Age of Empires, and I can click if I need to pause the game. Just, if someone make that, that'd be amazing. Even, like, if OBS incorporated that, they'd truly be perfect. Because just, I like my pause button. There's a cat trying to get in. Guys, I'm scared. It's gonna come in the door. What do I do? Oh, I think it stopped. I'm gonna check it out. It's gone. I think we're safe. I've been, I also just, I really want to play Final Fantasy X. I was thinking of Final Fantasy X last night, and now I really want to play Final Fantasy X. I've beat Final Fantasy X, but I have not beat Final Fantasy X. I beat the final boss, but I have only beat, like, I don't think I've beat any of the special bosses. I've not unlocked all the skills. I've not done every single secret. Final Fantasy X, God, there are so many secrets. I have that game for PS2. Problem is our PS2 is really bad, and so is our PS3. I don't know if you can actually get the game anywhere else other than PS2. I assume you can get it on computer right now. That's one of my, like, ambitions. On my bucket list, one of the things I for sure want to do is play through all the Final Fantasy games. All the good ones, at least. There's, like, a Final Fantasy mobile game or something, and that's horrible. But I want to play through all the good Final Fantasies. Because, like, I've played and beat one. I've not actually beat the final boss. I got to the end, I just haven't gotten to the final room yet. I could probably do that anytime when I wanted. We have 2 in a disc, but it's glitchy, so it doesn't work. Haven't played 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. 7 I've played part of, because it was free on the PlayStation. PS4. And then 8, 9 haven't either. 10 and 10-2, which is like an after 10. I've beat 10, but I haven't done all the extra stuff, which I'll talk about. And then I've started 10-2, but haven't really gone into it. But 10 is so fun. Like, there's like a lot of less important stuff at the beginning, but like at the end of the game, after you unlock the Albed spaceship, or the Albed whatever it is ship, like everything opens up. Like the game opens and closes a lot at the beginning, and then even through the midway it starts to like close. There's a certain point after you do a certain thing, the game really starts closing and opening, throwing you into temporary areas for like weird amounts of time. But then once you get the ship, you're able to like go back to all the areas. You can go back to areas they wouldn't allow you in. And there's still a couple places you can only access once. It allows you to go back to a desert area. It allows you to go to an area you were at right at the beginning of the game and kill a boss that initially destroyed you at the beginning of the game, because it's intentional for you to die. But then you're able to go back and kill that. You're able to get secret summon bosses. There's like 5 or 6 main ones. There's like 5 main ones, and then there's just 6, I think. But then there's also 3 bonus ones, or there's maybe 6 main ones. But there's 3 bonus ones. There's Yojimbo, who you can pay to do attacks, and you have to run through like underground tunnels for him. There's the Mega Sisters, which are 3 of them, which like all have their own attacks, and they're really strong. I believe you get them by, I think like maybe you get them by getting the other 2, or you get them by getting all the other ones. Or there's a specific place, and then there's Anima, or Animal, or Animal. I think it's like Anima or something. She. I'm thinking one of the other ones. Anima is one of the ones that's summoned earlier in the game, and he's also really strong. He's like a single... Hey guys, sorry, game crashed. I'm just loading it up again now. Yeah, it crashed and it like broke my phone. Anyway, so yeah, there's Anima, who's like the single targeting one. And then there's other bosses you can fight afterwards, who like really overpowered power-up versions. There's a couple, and there's a couple that do like restrictions too. So you only use the water-breathing characters. So like the main character, Waka, and Riku can all breathe underwater. I believe the other ones, Yuna, Lulu, and Kamari can't, and Arin can't. Kamari might be able to. I think the 4 of those ones can't. So it's only the 3 you get access to, maybe Kamari as well. And so those ones are really fun, but it's hard. word. None of it's sensical. But they're like powered up version. It's hard to unlock them. And so these powered up versions, you have to like actually, I think you have to like trap them or something. Maybe that's it. You have to do some sort of spell, and then they can be combined afterwards into much stronger creatures, and they're harder to fight. And then there's all these cool guys you can fight. And then there's, like, a giant skill tree that you can unlock. And, like, theoretically, with each character, you can go through the whole skill tree. It would take, like, so much exponential experience increase. There's one place with the dungeon that just, like, has such strong creatures. Like, I was thinking, like, with how much XP I'm getting, it's gonna take forever to upgrade my guys. I never even, the last time I played this, it wasn't, like, maybe I was 10. So that's maybe, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, maybe it's 5 or 6 years ago, maybe more. It's been a while since I played that game. Maybe not that long, but, oh yeah, probably not that long. Maybe like 3 or 4 years. But it's such a fun game. And there's so many secrets and things. There's like tons of areas you can backtrack to. And there's that super strong area where like if you're having like I had my guys to a point where they were gaining so little XP from some of the harder guys. Like if I had gone to that harder area though, I would have got so much XP. If I had like farmed in the actual like near the end of the game, like, partway through, I started just rushing through. Like, there was a point where it was a one-time area, and I just rushed through it. I ignored all the side rooms and everything. Which was, like, so dumb to do. Because I missed a whole bunch of stuff. I missed a whole bunch of important stuff. Then there's... So, there's a whole bunch of, like, one-time areas that you have to go through. There's Albed translators, and a couple of those are in one-time areas that's important to go through. There's a whole point later where I, like, rushed through it. There was one section, there was a section I kind of went into under-leveled, so I was struggling to fight the enemies, and so I rushed through like an idiot, and I missed all the important stuff, or all the bonus stuff, or the less important stuff. Such a fun game, though. I'm definitely gonna have to play that again at some point. I think it's available on computer, but it costs money, of course, so I'll see at what point I can play that. But at some point, we will definitely play through all the Final Fantasies. It is super smoky outside. The amount of wildfires going in, like, in Canada and in the US, it's like crazy. Like, it's global warming. It's like, this is definitely an anomaly year, but it's only boosted by global warming. Like, Germany's having its hottest days, Japan's having, like, normal hot days. The US and Canada are going nuts. Tons of smoke. The western United States is, like, the western United States is, has no water. It's just dirt. It's just dirt. Any water? It's just dirt. But yeah, the world's kind of in like not a great place. But yeah, but Final Fantasy X, I want to play this on that. I should go back and play that. Only problem is our PS2 again isn't the best. Anyway, I should wrap this up. I don't know. It looks like the game's just not loading. This it really sucks. This is gonna be the best game ever. Like better than Final Fantasy X. I guess it just didn't load. That's weird. I mean, I downloaded it. Like there was like some weird warning about this. This may be virus or something. I ignored it. I don't know. Some virus. Probably like Plague. I don't know. Probably Plague Inc. or something. Some Plague Inc. notification, you know. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Weird that it didn't load. Like my phone's sounding really loud too. That's weird. Is the recording good? Is it good quality? Oh well. Anyway, my phone's getting really hot right now. Weird because the game didn't load. Anyway, I should turn this off. So hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you like my content, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.